Welcome to the Las Vegas Rotary Club. Las Vegas, a place where people from around the world can come to relax and forget about their everyday troubles. Welcome to our Rotary Club, a club provided food, water, and counseling. And a club who has members that open their homes, vehicles, and wallets to help those most in need. This week, without fanfare, the character of ordinary Las Vegans were on display. A character that, true to our city standard, went above and beyond expectations. My name is Michael Gordon, and I'm proud to serve as the 95th president of this wonderful, giving, and caring Rotary Club. And now I'd like to light this candle in remembrance of those who lost their lives on Sunday night, and follow that with a moment of silence. I would now like to call Blake Myers to the front to lead our invocation.
Please join me in prayer. Heavenly Father, today our hearts are heavy. No matter how articulate we may be, there are times when words fail us. How do we make sense of what has taken place in our community? How do we cope in our souls? Psalm 46 begins, God is our refuge and strength, and ever-present help in trouble. Atrocities from around the globe daily fill our media. How easy it is to become desensitized to them when they occur far from us. But now, as tragedy has struck here, where we live, our sense of loss has become overwhelmingly personal. O God, our faith is shaken. Grief envelops. Help us to emerge from this dark hour with faith in a better tomorrow. Give comfort to all the bereaved. Bolster our resolve to seek a world without conflict and strife. Endow us with the wisdom to set aside the differences among us. And let us pray that the day will come when peace and understanding reign supreme, and man's humanity against man vanishes from the earth. Amen.
Thank you, Blake. And now I'm calling to the friend Jamie Goldsmith to lead us in singing our state song.
Okay, so we're going to play Home Means Nevada with the lyrics, and everybody is welcome to sing along.
Way out in the land of the setting sun, where the wind blows wild and free, there's a lovely spot, just the only one that means home, sweet home to me. If you follow the old Kit Carson trail till the desert meets the hills, oh, you certainly will agree with me, it's the place of 1,000 thrills. Home means Nevada, home means the hills, home means the sage and the pine, out by the Truckee silvery rills, out where the sun always shines. Here is the land that I love the best, fairer than all I can see. She's deep in the heart of the Golden West. Home means Nevada to me. One more time now. Home means Nevada to me.
Now please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance Thank you. You may be seated. Our Sergeant at Arms today is Mr. Bob Fisher. And Mr. Bob Fisher, please jump into action because I know we have an international visiting Rotarian.
Thank you, Cantor Fisher. President Michael, we have from Curacao, Gino, and he's here to say a few words, and look at that. He's bringing out his own flag. Isn't that nice?
Good afternoon. My condolences for your loss, for the tragedy of last Sunday. We arrived, my wife and I, on September 30th because October 1st was her 50th birthday. And we're having dinner at the Caesars and coming out while having dinner, apparently this atrocity took place. I'm visiting from Curacao. We're a 100-member club. We're part of District 7030, changed from 4370 to 7030 as of January 1st, 2018. Very glad to be here. I'm here for the Global Gaming Expo. I'm the gaming regulator for the island of Curacao. It's kind of difficult for me to talk right now, but I want to thank you for your hospitality, and I'm very happy to be here.
Thank you. Welcome.
Thank you very much. And then, oh, I'm sorry. He wants to take a picture of this guy. Thank you. And then, of course, our resident Calgarian, Murray. You know, you want to say something? It started snowing when he left.
I'd just say I'm happy to be here, and I guess I'm very proud to sit amongst you. You guys are incredible.
Thank you.
Thank you, Murray.
Any visiting Rotarians behind you?
Thank you. Hello, I'm Joe Germain with the Summerlin Club, and I remember when Michael was coming over as a exchange student, and I just had to come see him in that position at one time during his term.
Thank you, Joe. Any other visiting Rotarians? And then let's move on to guests of Rotarians. Behind you, Bob.
Thank you. I have the pleasure of bringing a long-time friend of mine, Homer Schmucker, who's the owner of Southwest Mailing Solutions. Particular interest that he has 4 sons, all of whom have been playing soccer for years. His oldest is playing at the college level now. Welcome, Homer.
Thank you.
Hi, I have Leslie McGarry with me today. She is vice president of a mortgage company here in town and serves on the Pepperdine University alumni board with me, and is definitely one of my favorite people in Las Vegas. So take a second and say hello.
Hi, Leslie. Thanks for visiting.
I'm going to fill in for Francesca, who has a guest here today, and let her introduce herself.
Hi, everyone. This is my 3rd time back. My name's Teresa Petranovich with Chicago Title, and thank you for having me again.
Any other guests of Rotarians over here?
Hi, everyone. I just want to introduce you all. I brought my little sister along with me. I didn't allow her to go to school today, so here she is with me tagging along for the rest of the day.
Nice.
Her name's Julie. Yes.
Julie. Any other guests of Rotarians? Then I have 2 announcements. I would like to introduce my guest at the head table, which today is Anil Melnick, who is the Director of Sales at Be With The Twist Catering. We all know him for what he does for our club and how much he donates. Anil was born in Madison, Wisconsin, and grew up in India and in the suburbs of D.C. He holds a BA from Vassar College and an MFA from the School of Visual Arts, and his art has been exhibited in New York City and in the Philadelphia Museum of Art, the same museum steps that you can see in the movie Rocky. His generosity is well known with the tailgate and food drive and extends beyond food, since he recently gave his wife Brittany and daughter Mia both their first Paul Harris fellowships. And then I know this isn't guests, but these are emails our club received.
From Ian Hicks, our prayers and thoughts are with you and our Rotary colleagues who are doing so much to assist. Your messages will go to my district on the next few moments. Love, Ian. Ian Hicks, Rotary District Governor, Orange County. Here in AZ 5495, our hearts and minds are aching for everyone affected by this enormous tragedy. And we are grateful for the deep well of love and responsiveness of Rotarians near and far. Hugs and love, Nancy Van Pelt. Governor AZ, Rotary District 5495. Our hearts are saddened by the events in Las Vegas. We are here for you. Rotary will bring support to the people of the incident and help to bring peace and comfort. You are not alone, but held in prayer and thoughts during this time. Karen McDonald, District Governor, Reno. Thinking of you, dear friend, and the Las Vegas community at this time, thank you. Nailani Flynn, District Governor, Hawaii Rotary District 5000. Mr. President Michael Gordon, dear Rotarians from Rotary Club of Las Vegas, in name of the spirit of unity among Rotarians, we from the Rotary Club of Araraquara District 4540, Brazil, would like to express our solidarity and wishes for peace. It is with deep sadness that we heard of the terrible attack in the city of Las Vegas. Unfortunately, we know that in this world humans are capable of performing wonderful things, but are also capable of unimaginable atrocities. Rotary shows that diversity can be an element of knowledge, culture, and peace, and because of the ideal of service, we put ourselves at the disposal disposal of your Rotary Club for anything that you may need. On behalf of all Rotarians from the Rotary Club of Arakawa East, I would like to revere the American people and especially the citizens of this beautiful city of Las Vegas, that we wish strength and wisdom and that the ideal of justice, freedom, and peace prevail. Yours faithfully, Rafael DeLuca Pasos, President, Rotary Club of Arakawa East. Tonight, our club, Rotary South Christchurch, New Zealand, toasted your club, and we ended our meeting with you all in Las Vegas in our thoughts and prayers, sending positive thoughts and hugs from Christchurch, New Zealand. Dear President of Las Vegas Rotary Club, Mr. Michael Gordon, we heard about the mass massacre that occurred in Las Vegas during a country musical festival in your city. Unbelievable. The heart just cannot understand such an evil act done by a single 64 years old man. We, in Rotary Club of Ramat Gan in Israel, send you from far away our sincere condolences to all of you in the club and in Las Vegas in the whole USA. God bless you, and let's hope nothing like this will ever happen again. Past President, Mr. Shahai Rohan, 2017-2018 Chair of International Service. Hi, is there any way we, Rotary Club of Scarborough, Maine, could help in this horrific incident? Dear fellow District 5300 Rotary presidents, hope all is well with you today, that you find words today to console those grieving following the tragedy in Las Vegas. Dear Rotarian friends, on behalf of the Rotary Club of New York, Host Club number 6, its members, families, and friends, we offer our deepest condolences and prayers to the families and friends of the victims who lost lives or faced injury in the deadly shooting yesterday. You are in our thoughts and prayers. We share your mourning and sorrow and send you our love and support during this tragic time. For those injured, we hope, wish, and pray for a full and speedy recovery. Yours in Rotary, Dr. Yasmin B. Cowan, President, your Rotary Club of New York, number 6, Host Club of America. Dear President Michael and Rotarians of Las Vegas, we have learned of the horrific attack in Las Vegas last night. Such an insane and cowardly act. The people of Las Vegas are in our thoughts and prayers. Best wishes. George Corden, President and Rotarians of the Rotary Club of Bellevue, South Africa.
I've canceled all announcements today and open it up for anybody who would like to share something or who needs a hug.
See if I can do this. I just want to first commend Michael. I had the dishonor of having to conduct a meeting on September 13th, 2001. And I know what it feels like, so I want us all to give Michael support and love and a big round of applause, please.
Like our club and like I imagine all of you, I got a lot more emails and text messages on Monday than I'm used to. And one friend of mine, we had some back and forth exchange, and he ended one email by saying, I can't imagine what it would be like, what it would feel like for this to happen in my hometown. And my answer to him was, to be honest with you, I can't tell you what it feels like either. And I think that we're all going to be figuring out what it feels like for a long time. The next thing I told him was about how really quickly on Monday things shifted to the point where one of
the biggest challenges we were facing was the fact that people's desire and capacity to give and to serve was literally outpacing the ability of the people in need to receive that help and that service. And, you know, I'm so proud to say that I am a Las Vegan. Because we saw really our whole city, our whole valley, living the Rotary ideal, because it really quickly became about service above self, not just for Rotarians, but for everybody who lives here. And I'm just so proud of that. And at the same time, you know, I have this voice going off in the back of my head that says, you've seen this movie before. There will be this great coming together. There will be this great swell of support. And then life will continue on, and people's attention will be drawn to other things. And that force that is drawing us together now will start to fade, and we will start to feel pulled apart. And I'm already seeing that. I'm already seeing people returning to discussions online that just, you know, quickly turn into calling each other names and telling each other that your ideas and your thoughts are stupid. And we all are asking ourselves the question, what can we do? And what I want to do is really resist that force that's pulling us apart. And I know that maybe that's just me tilting at windmills, but when I think about what can I do, you know, I can be nicer to people, and I can try and understand people that I disagree with better. And I can give everybody the benefit of the doubt to assume that in that moment that they are all doing the best they can with what they have right then. And I just really wanted to stand up in front of you, my friends, and say that that's my intention going forward.
Well, I just kind of wanted to echo a piece of what Glenn said. You know, with this horrific act, everybody is heartbroken, and certainly our hearts and prayers go out. But again, Glenn, I'm with you. I am proud to be a Las Vegan. When we realized the people that were standing in line to give blood, I mean, around the blocks, and those people were receiving food while they were standing there from restaurants that were, because they knew they had a long wait, and water, and, you know, people that the night of the disaster were picking people up in their cars and taking them to the hospitals. The way our teams react, the police, the firemen, the medical corps, it was unbelievable. And evidently all of their efforts after 9/11 have paid off, because they were trying to prepare for, because we are a targeted city, because everybody from around the world likes to come to Las Vegas. But I'm just proud to be a Las Vegan, and I'm proud of all you, and I'm proud of this club.
I wanted to just add a couple of comments. I was feeling very sorry for myself this last week, and we were watching a TV program at 10 o'clock Sunday night, and all of a sudden they said, breaking news. I thought, oh no, not another weather forecast. And then they showed the picture, and we heard the shots, and we both sat there saying how terrible that is, and how grateful we were that there were so many people there that were going out of their way to help the ones who needed transportation to hospitals and to comfort those who are holding people who are dying. And Michael, I know what you were going through. I'm about to cry myself. I am so grateful that I moved to Las Vegas years ago and joined this club. And because I'm a member of this club, I know that I can donate to that victim's memorial or the fund as a member of this club. And I hope that each of us gives from our boots to our tops to this fund to help those people. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. First, I have to echo what everyone else has said, and I too am very proud to be a part of this community. I have a little different message. Arlene and I were talking earlier about our challenges, both her with losing her brother and me with dealing with Bill with cancer for the last 5 years and going through hell the last couple of months. And one of the things I said was a couple of days ago, a good friend of mine from 30 years ago went into hospice, and his wife texted me and said, if I had known what our future held, I would have taken more vacations, and I would have done this, and I would have done that. And Bill and I, for as sick as he's been, and it's been up and down, but we take our vacations, and we go places, and we go out to dinner, and we go to the tailgate party, and we do things. And I just pray to God that of those 58 people, that they did that, and that their spouses and their families are not saying, I wish I had done this. So I just encourage you all, none of us know when tragedy is going to strike our family or our spouses, and having lived through it for 5 years, I just encourage everyone to live life to the fullest. And this tragedy can occur to any of us in any way, shape, or time. So I just encourage everyone to get out there, do what you want to do, live your life, have fun, and screw cancer and screw the terrorists. I mean, frankly, and, you know, my heart is broken for the 58 families and for the 527 that are still battling to heal. And thank you all. I love you guys, and I love Las Vegas.
You know, what's amazing to me is how fast this word spread. I think it was barely becoming the new day. My sister in Switzerland called me, are you guys okay over there? I mean, this news media is phenomenal that we have. And so we all were blessed to be okay.
You may not be aware, Nevada is the only state in the United States whose broadcasters by statute are classified as first responders.
Yep. I know Jerry Crawford, who's the wife of a longtime member, Rick Crawford, and she's the president of the symphony. This hasn't got as much press as it should, but they've completely changed the concert for Saturday night. It's not going to be Oktoberfest, and it's like what New York did in 9/11 and Boston did, and it's going to be almost like a requiem for the healing power of music. So it's in 2 days.
Michael, the only thing that I would add is those of you who remember Carolyn Goodman stood there at that podium and said that the thing that she was most concerned about was this city getting attacked. I think everybody would join in the fact that the first responders of this community were right then and there. And to the sheriff, to the hospitals, and we go all the way down. We have a lot to be very, very proud of. We have great first responders who responded first.
So let me add, for those of you who don't know yet, that the Las Vegas Rotary Club started the Victims Services Fund to pay for the funeral costs of the victims here in our community, as well as to pay for the family members to ship the remains back to their respective states for their final burial. This is something that our club decided upon after consultation with Major Randy Kinnaman, who is a member of our club, was there serving and took time out today to be with us. Thank you, Major Randy. Ned Phillips' son, Matt Phillips, who is also a member of our club, heads up Palm Mortuary. He also said that this is a need. And then Lieutenant Kimberly Brodeur, who is also a member of our club, and who was the watch commander on Sunday night, she also said that this is the need. So that is how our club came up with this project. And we encourage you to please support in whatever way you see fit. If there are no further words or remarks, there is one more.
Just to let everyone know, because cars are what I do, we're part of a group that's put together an event. It was originally going to be held at our showroom. We got way too big. We've already got 400 plus cars that are going to pay an entry fee, and all the money is going to be donated to the fund. The M Resort has taken this on in their west parking lot, so we are going to have a car show on this Saturday at 3 p.m. The M has been amazing. They're donating the lot. They're donating all the personnel. They're donating all the proceeds of any sales, beer, wine, whatever. They've already closed down the lot as of this morning to clear it out for 3 days earlier. So obviously that's for them. We're going to be on, me with the group of people putting on, we're going to be on Fox 5 News talking about it tomorrow morning. Like I said, we've already got 400 plus cars signed up for this thing, and we're going to do raffles and the whole thing, and we've thrown this thing together in about 2 days, so it's been pretty crazy. So if you guys want to come out on Saturday at 3, we will be there. Thanks. Saturday at 3.
I couldn't announce this earlier, but everybody checked in. Nobody in our club is directly affected, but we do know that members of our club had family members, children, and nieces at the event who are all safe. But we do know that this event has touched our community and our club directly. So to echo Deb Granda's words, let's enjoy the next couple of minutes for friendship and fellowship with the family of Rotary.
Hi, Randy Kinnaman, Rotary Club member of the greatest Rotary Club in the world. And I am the Southern Nevada County Coordinator for the Salvation Army. And I was asked to just give a little brief summary of what the Salvation Army's experience has been since late Sunday night. And we always just look for where we can help the most. We're not looking for the TV station or the radio station, although sometimes they find us. But we discovered early Monday morning that there was a huge need for blood at the hospitals to support the victims. So we drove our big canteen that serves coffee and food and all of that, and the biggest lines were at United Blood Services on West Charleston. And it was huge. I don't know if you know where it's at, but it's 2 blocks from on Charleston, 2 blocks from Rainbow, and the lines were going all the way back to Rainbow. You can imagine that. And the parking lots were full. People were parking in the neighborhoods waiting to donate blood. So that's where we accepted donations of. I didn't know this, but I guess bananas are required to eat when you donate blood. So I did donate blood a couple of times. I don't remember them giving me a banana, but we got lots of bananas donated. So we have a good crew that has been set up there all day Monday until almost midnight, then on duty again at 6 a.m., and they worked until 9 p.m. on Tuesday, and then again yesterday. And then today we think we'll wrap that scene up. Then I sent some of our officers, and we have 18 officers that went to the hospitals to try to find out where the need was for spiritual and pastoral care and frankly, just praying with people. And the most receptive hospitals praying with people and consoling them and just waiting with them in the waiting room. Unfortunately, we have a few losses that added to the death count. You know, we had 50, and now I think we're up to 59. 50, I heard it was 59. But those people, of course, and their family and friends were just devastated. And it's just a heart-wrenching. One of my officers is a brand new lieutenant, and she's in her 20s, and she was just overwhelmed with grief herself, yet she was there to help people. You know, all of us in this room, this is our town, we're all hurt by this, but we're hurt in a different way, and we've discovered that we have to set that aside for the moment and do what has to be done. And then just the stuff. People were bringing stuff to UMC, and they didn't know what to do with it, and they asked us to take it away. And then finally someone in UMC went ahead and said, no, we'll take care of it. So we said fine, and we went on our way somewhere else. So that's my motto, is do what has to be done, and then if anybody needs to know about it, they will. They'll find us. So I appreciate your support of the Salvation Army, and as we move forward with this Victims Fund, we're trying to focus, at first at least, depending on how much resources are available, to pay for funeral-related expenses. And we've set up a special fund at the Salvation Army. I'm going to put one of my staff on duty full-time to answer a particular phone line and keep track of the statistical information, contact information, and so on. And we'll see how it goes. Yesterday, we started a relationship with 7-Eleven. 7-Eleven is putting up little signs on how to donate. We're just so overwhelmed with support from the community, not just in Las Vegas, but across the country, and we're so appreciative of that support. So God bless you for your support of what we're trying to do. Thanks.
The birthdays to say that they don't want a happy birthday, but we do want to say happy birthday, guys. Thank you for helping today. We do have a drawing. And the ticket number is 4555. Come on up, Murray. Look at this true Rotarian, service above self. He donated his $10 winnings to our fund. Thank you. Thank you, Murray. And for the Lowry Bucks, we have 4509.
Michael, I know we don't have a lot in the pot, but it's seed money for the fund that you've established. And back in 2001, when September 11 did hit, some members of this club really stepped up, and they know who they are, and added to the pot. And then we gave that money as a start to the fund that we sent to New York, who now New York is reciprocating and wanting to help us. Kind of ironic. Given to the fund, and that we start a new pot next week.
I see a second. There's a motion. All in favor?
Aye. Thank you.
Motion carries. Thank you. Thank you to this club for stepping up yet again. Do we have a winner for Lowry Bucks? 4509. Ryan Hamilton. Thank you for what you do, sir, and for organizing this car show to help the victims. Pause. Sure. I'll give this. Thanks. And Ryan just said that he will add that Lowry Bucks to the raffle for the car show on Saturday. So thank you, everybody, for your generosity. I would now like to call to the front Neil Melnick to introduce our guest speaker.
Thanks, Michael. It's my honor to introduce the speaker today. And even though this is a solemn day, and one that's fraught. What the speaker is going to talk about as being part of our future in Las Vegas and our growth as a city, and something that I was honored to be picked out by Michael as our resident soccer fanatic. I'm really it's kind of a day that I've dreamed of since I've moved to Las Vegas. So I'm really happy that we are getting a soccer team, and it's going to be great quality entertainment. I grew up as a typical American childhood, playing baseball and football and soccer, and watching mostly baseball and football on TV. But as soccer grew in America and there were more opportunities to watch, international matches and MLS matches, I really fell in love with the sport. And so I think it's great quality entertainment, and I hope that everyone here comes out and watches. And I'm really hopeful for the future, and just excited that we're going to have this in our city. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce Brett Lashbrook, the owner of the Las Vegas Lights.
Thank you to Anil and to Michael. So obviously this is a tough day and a tough transition. We had a brief conversation of, should we move on? Should we reschedule? So we've decided to move on, but I want you to know on behalf of our entire organization, while we're new to the community, our staff, our ownership, everyone has lived here for many, many years, and we're becoming more and more a part of the community, and I hope that us talking about this today does not take away from the fact from our sorrow as well as we make this transition. So as Anil spoke about, again, a tough transition, but we're incredibly excited to bring professional soccer to Las Vegas. We think it's incredibly, incredibly overdue. Las Vegas is the second largest market in all of North America without a professional soccer team. We'll talk more about why we think it'll be a success. But we have just launched. We've just named our name. We'll be unveiling a logo quickly. And we'll be beginning at Cashman Field in downtown Las Vegas next spring. Quick background. We talked about it's the second largest market without a professional soccer team behind Detroit. So we don't think we should ever be compared to Detroit, and we've handed off the title to Cleveland as now the second largest market. The number one youth participation sport. For 25 plus years, it's the number one sport among youth is playing soccer. You can go to fields all across this community, and the issue is there's not enough of them. From North Las Vegas to Henderson to Summerlin, it is the number one youth participation sport. And as those kids have grown up, and now they're raising families, and now they're becoming decision makers, now they're becoming part of the corporate world, that has all grown the sport of soccer. I always use this stat. Up in Canada, where hockey is king, 7 years ago, youth soccer overtook youth hockey as the number one participation sport. We talk about recent ESPN sports polls cited professional soccer as the second most popular sport for 12 to 17-year-olds. Again, seeing this demographic shift of more and more of the younger generation being drawn to soccer, and then all those that have more that have experienced the sport around the world, knowing that it's the number one sport there. Pro soccer's average attendance continues to grow. So just to provide context, for the last several years, Major League Soccer, on average per game, draws more fans than both the NBA and the NHL. Yes, more games for NBA. Yes, it's indoors versus outdoors. But this should provide some context as to the growth of the sport and why we think it'll be so successful right here in an international city such as Las Vegas. So the United Soccer League, it is the Division II professional soccer league. Those of you that are familiar with the international structure of professional soccer, you've got Division I, Division II, Division III, Division IV, all across the world in every country. If we were going to Americanize this, this would be equivalent to AAA baseball. In soccer, it's not like that. You're not owned by the parent club. These are all independent teams. But if I wanted to Americanize it, that's what I would say the analogy is to the Las Vegas 51s. There's an enormous amount of teams across the United Soccer League. We're the 33rd team, and some of these markets are having an unbelievable success. In Cincinnati, they're averaging over 20,000 fans a game. In San Antonio, the NBA San Antonio Spurs just bought the soccer team. In Sacramento, the team has sold out every game for 5 years at 10,000 fans a game, and the San Francisco 49ers are now an investor. We believe that same success can happen right here in a market like Las Vegas. We're directly affiliated with Major League Soccer, so while we're not owned and operated by the Major League Soccer teams, there is an affiliation there where players can go back and forth. Again, kind of an Americanized version of the 51's relationship with the New York Mets, but different because of the international soccer. We talked about Major League Soccer currently has 23 clubs. USL will be the 33rd club. So the club vision. There's a lot of people that this is all easy, right? Right now we're at the stage we're just talking the talk, and soon we'll be walking the walk. And we talk about working together to build a pro sports team that makes Las Vegas proud. I'm a big believer that sports can be the power of change. And I think a sport with the diversity of soccer, located in downtown Las Vegas, with the diversity of this community, the sport of soccer can do a lot of powerful things more than just bring 2 hours of fun on a Saturday night. We want to become a big part of Las Vegas and downtown's continued growth. We're essentially located, that's our home. we'll be promoting ourselves throughout the valley, but we're really excited about going into downtown and helping with that economic development that started with Zappos, the Downtown Project, Fremont Street, and all the expansion. We want to support all youth soccer clubs. Like we said, it's the #1 participation sport. There are youth clubs throughout the valley, and we have made a commitment that we will not start our own youth club, nor will we affiliate with a single youth club. We want to help all clubs across the valley. We believe raising tides raise all ships with growing the sport of soccer. And then the last one is really important to us, is providing an affordable entertainment option for local residents. This is for locals, by locals, of locals. This is not for the tourists. This is not for the tourist corridors. This is for those of us that call Las Vegas home and on a Saturday night are looking for an average ticket price of $20 to have a little slice of just like it's like in London and Barcelona and Mexico City. We're going to create that international soccer feel right there in downtown at an affordable price of $20 a ticket. So just a little bit about me. I'm incredibly fortunate to be in the position that I am. My family's lived out in Las Vegas for 20 years. I have recently moved here in the last 3 years. Before that, I was fortunate to hold a variety of positions in professional soccer for the last 15-plus years. I was the chief operating officer for the Major League Soccer team that was previously a United Soccer League team in Orlando, Florida. There's a lot of similarities between Orlando and Las Vegas, right? They're known for its tourism business, but the locals, that's not what they are, right? And that's what we were able to tap into in Orlando to create something that was completely outside of Universal, Disney, et cetera, et cetera. That's what we think we can do here, right? Something that's outside of the tourist corridor, that's for locals on a Saturday night with the sport that is hands down, without a doubt, the most popular sport for the kids playing it. Before that, I served almost 10 years in New York City, working as the special assistant to the commissioner of Major League Soccer. It's funny how life comes full circle. For 8 years, I traveled the country with the commissioner of Major League Soccer, starting at 13 teams and going up to 21 by the time I left, of talking to communities, talking to groups like this, talking to mayor's office, talking about economic development, talking about how do we take the world's most popular sport in the world's biggest commercial market of the United States and Canada, and how do we grow it? And when you look at the results today, it's really, really exciting for those of us that have been grinding away at this for 15, 20 years of growing the sport of soccer. And as Major League Soccer has continued to grow, the World Cup, the national team has all continued to grow, women's professional soccer has continued to grow, there's now this additional growth opportunity at the United Soccer League, right? Think of it again as the AAA level of soccer. And there's so many markets in the United States that can support professional soccer, and we're filling that void. Our Cashman Field. It's a publicly funded stadium. We're not asking for a single dime of any public money. It's currently a baseball stadium, but we're going to turn it into a soccer stadium. At our cost, 20 times next year, we're going to take out every resemblance of a baseball field, and we're going to turn it into a soccer stadium. We're going to take out the pitcher's mound. We're going to fill the infield dirt with grass. We're going to bring in goals. We're going to put seats down on all three sides of the stadium. And we're going to create a 10,000-seat intimate soccer stadium in the heart of downtown, right in the heart of all the neighborhoods of Las Vegas, right in the heart of this town that has such a young and vibrant, diverse community, and provide an affordable ticket price. And again, we're going to create a little slice of Mexico City, a little slice of London, a little slice of Barcelona, 20 Saturday nights starting next year. We're more than just a United Soccer League team. We believe that with the power of Las Vegas, now more than ever, right? This is a sexy city. Everyone in the world knows who we are and knows what we stand for. And we think now that having a professional soccer team here with a professional staff and ticket and sponsorship and marketing and community relations and a stadium that is now converted for soccer in the heart of one of the greatest cities in the world, we think we can bring a variety of economic development and additional soccer events to town. One idea that we are actively pursuing is to make this the home in the month of February annually of Major League Soccer preseason. So think what the city of Phoenix does with Major League Baseball every March, where they bring half the teams from all these cold weather markets, and they put them there for a month, and they let them all play each other, and all the economic development. We think we can do that here for Major League Soccer teams in downtown Las Vegas, and we're really excited about that, and we'll have more announcements here in the coming weeks about teams that have committed to doing that starting next year. We think we can bring international club exhibitions. We think when you look at the diversity of the market, bringing Mexican club teams to downtown Las Vegas is a slam dunk or a home run, to use the wrong sports analogies. But we think teams from around the world, from around Europe, from South America, everywhere, there is a draw to Las Vegas. And now that we have a team, now that we have a stadium, now that we have the infrastructure, now that we have the staff, we will be actively bringing these international visitors to our community through the power of soccer. We'll look to do additional college and youth soccer, and the stadium then will still be available for the 51s, for other economic development events that the city wants to use. Again, we're asking for no public money. All we're asking for is to rent, not asking for, all we have the right to rent the stadium on a day-by-day basis and to turn it into a soccer stadium at our cost as long as we convert it back. And we're committed to doing that because we believe soccer can be very powerful here. We talked about growing downtown, increased visitation. March to the Match. It's a funny concept, and you guys are gonna laugh at me. But throughout the world, what fans do is they actually meet at a bar, in a restaurant, and they meet in a park a mile or so away from the stadium, and they all drink and they dance and they sing and they eat before the game, because one of the great things about soccer is the clock doesn't stop. It's 2 hours, 2 hours, 2 hours. The game starts at 8 and it's over at 10. You're going to love it, right? You can now have time certainty on your evening. And so what you see in markets throughout the world is what's called a march to the match, and where they'll meet, all the fans will organically meet in an area, and then they will take their drums, their flags, their smoke bombs, they're singing, they're dancing, they're ole, 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 and they all march to the stadium en masse. And we believe being in downtown, a quarter mile from Fremont Street, is this wonderful opportunity to replicate what happens around the world around soccer. We also think Cashman is wonderfully located, centrally located. It's next to the freeway. There's plenty of parking if you don't want to march, if you don't want to go back downtown. We think it has an option for everyone, and I'll emphasize again how excited we are about Cashman. We think it's in the exact right neighborhood for us. It is a way to bring together all the neighborhoods of Las Vegas on a Saturday night, standing side by side, cheering on a team with Las Vegas on the jersey, through a sport that's the -- 1 sport around the world. We have several upcoming major announcements. We launched the team officially in August, very, very special day with the governor and the mayor on the Zappos campus. We then had fans submit names for the team. Over 1,000 names were submitted. We narrowed it down to 6. People say, how did you narrow it down to 6? That's not fair. I said, it wasn't me. It was the trademark attorneys. There were a lot of things submitted that, for the attorneys in the room, you really limit our options. We narrowed it down to 6, and we had over 10,000 people from our community vote on the name. And the name Las Vegas Lights Football Club was the winner. So we are now officially Las Vegas Lights FC. FC, for those of you who are familiar with the sport internationally, it's incredibly authentic to the sport worldwide. We then said the fans did such a good job of recommending names and picking names, we've asked the fans to submit design inspiration. We couldn't do designs, again, for the attorneys in the room, you know why. And so we had over 1,000 fans submit inspiration for design, and we're in the final stages of finalizing our logo that will have elements in it that were designed for the people, by the people of Las Vegas, that we can point to and say, this is the individual that designed these various elements. So we're really excited about becoming the fabric of the community, and having the name, having the logo, having the experience, being a very hyper-local sports experience. We'll be unveiling that along with a variety of season ticket specials. Obviously, in light of this week's news, everything takes a priority in life, and this is not the priority right now. But in the coming weeks, we will be unveiling that. In addition to season token pricing, listen, we've got to go get players and coaches and all that, and we're actively in that pursuit right now. Someone was asking me, where are the players coming from? And I said, they're coming from all over the world. It's not going to be a challenge to find 23 young men that want to play professional soccer in Las Vegas. In the roster, the coaches, everyone will reflect the diversity. We also are working hard to make sure that we have local representation on that team as well, representing those kids that have played here locally, and really have something special, right? We really want to be in part of that fabric of the community, from the name, from the logo, from the players on the field. And then we'll have MLS exhibition matches, right? So we talked about that before. We'll kick off our season by playing matches against Major League Soccer teams, and we think it's just a wonderful way. Let's bring teams in from LA, New York, Canada, and let's do something really special to let the community know that we're here to stay, right? I've just signed a 15-year lease at Cashman Field. We are incredibly committed to this. We believe the sport of soccer, the demographics of Las Vegas, and when I say the demographics of Las Vegas, it's very simple. It's the second largest market without a professional soccer team. It's an incredibly low average age. It's incredibly diverse community, and it's a lower median income. And we think a $20 ticket with the most popular sport in the world in a stadium that's next to the bars, restaurants, and nightlife, centrally located for everyone in the Valley, if we provide an authentic soccer experience where we allow fans to sing and dance and cheer, right, and create a little slice of, again, what you'll see around the world, we believe we can be incredibly successful. So how can you be involved? We have season ticket deposits on sale right now. For only $20, you can put a deposit down for a season ticket. When we unveil our season ticket prices, I'll just say I think you'll find it to be an incredibly competitive, high-value opportunity. And we'll have more on that in the coming weeks. But for now, we're doing first come, first serve. Corporate partnerships. It's not easy to do this. It's not easy to convert the stadium. It's not easy to put the type of product that we're committed to doing, and we are looking to partner with a variety of entities around the community, from the jersey sponsorship to the stadium sponsorships to a variety of community relations opportunities. If anyone's interested in that, we think we have a really unique opportunity to reach a unique set of this market. And then community outreach. We will be very active in the community, giving back, attending events, and really providing opportunities for all the different ethnicities and all the different ages, especially those that are interested in soccer. So we're incredibly excited about the opportunity. So with that, if there's any questions, I'm happy to answer. Yes. So we find that your story is replicated throughout the Valley, right? That it's funny how it seems like soccer hasn't always caught on mainstream. There's more soccer on TV than any other sport. There's more kids playing soccer than any other sport. There's more people going to professional soccer games than there are professional basketball and hockey games. And we think we have this wonderful opportunity because think of that younger generation that has grown up. It has always been a staple of their sports. And then the older generation that have these stories and have been coming from around the world where it's the number one sport. And finally, now in the home of America, we're finally becoming a soccer nation. And it's exciting to hear that story and how other aspects.
We have a question here?
Yes?
Brett, thanks for coming. I know not too long ago there was some discussion about building a dedicated soccer stadium downtown next to the Smith Center. Does that factor into your plans at all?
No. So the Finley family had pursued that a handful of years ago. And I will say publicly now, as I've said before, and I'll say again, the Finley family deserves an enormous amount of credit. I was 100% in support of bringing Major League Soccer to the community. I remain 100% in support of bringing Major League Soccer to the community. However, that proposal was a heavy lift due to the taxpayer implications. When we realized, okay, no one has still brought professional soccer to the community, we have this opportunity, we were committed to asking for no money from the public and from taxpayers. So this is 100% privately financed. As it relates to Major League Soccer, it would involve having to build a new soccer-specific stadium with 20,000 or more seats, or a significant renovation to Cashman Field. At this point, we are committed to being the absolute best United Soccer League team we can be and are not seeking any public funds for a larger stadium.
Question here.
Thank you for coming. In February, we have the Mayor's International Soccer Tournament. Is this in your kickoff in conjunction with that? We'll have over 300 teams internationally and nationally here for it, and some amazing soccer players.
Yeah, we've been in touch and are friends with the organizers of that as well. And in fact, there's some Major League Soccer teams that have youth teams that are playing in that tournament that we're trying to partner to bring the professional team along with their youth team to the community in the same week.
Do you see the two leagues merging together? And also, how are the 51s going to play without a pitcher's mound?
So I'll answer the second question first. The 51s will play with the pitcher's mound because people will say, how can you play soccer and baseball? How are you going to play baseball there next year? It's very simple. The 51s are gone half the year playing away games. So we take the 51 schedule, and we basically see when they're on the road, we play at home, and when we're at home, they play on the road. As far as bringing back the pitcher's mound, bringing back the infield, the baseball nets, et cetera, that's all our private costs. So we'll be spending over $50,000 a game to convert the stadium every time. So we are committed to making professional soccer work right here in downtown Las Vegas. And I think, to go back to the other question, we're not seeking public funds. We're converting the stadium to and from for one game at our cost, out of our pocket, but we believe the community will support this team and that we're going to be around for decades.
Are you going to be connected with FIFA?
We are connected with FIFA, yeah. So FIFA is the international governing body, so we are officially sanctioned under FIFA. Sure. So we'll play our.
Ask that again so they can hear too.
What's the season for your soccer
Sure.
season?
So the short answer is spring to fall. So we'll play our first games in February against Major League Soccer teams that are in preseason. So we'll play exhibition matches, and we'll have more in the coming weeks announcing that. And then our regular season will start in March, and we'll go through October. And this is where I always joke. And then we'll host the championship game in November, because I'm planning on winning it all, right? There we go. You got to think big. You got to have positive thoughts. It is all year, and this is being part of that international soccer community where it's the number one sport in Mexico, Brazil, England, Spain. And so they play year-round. And for the United States to keep up in its development of soccer and being able to attract international players to the league, the season has only become longer and longer so we can continue to attract those top international players.
So what about the two leagues combining?
When you say two leagues, you mean Major League Soccer and United Soccer League? I'll let the higher-ups at the league office discuss that. We're incredibly supportive of all professional soccer in the United States, and obviously I told you about my background. I have a strong tie to Major League Soccer and the investment that those owners have made over the last 2 decades to get the sport of soccer to where it is today. When Major League Soccer launched in 1996, it was difficult, right? It was a very much Americanizing the game, and what I mean by that is there were cheerleaders, and there was T-shirt guns, and there was the scoreboard that said clap, 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 right? It was very much like you would see at a hockey, baseball, basketball game here in the United States. And what we've seen over the last 2+ decades is that soccer can stand on its own. People have stories just like yours. They understand the culture. They understand the sport. And what really works to make this happen is to have this authentic, unique soccer experience where the fans are leading it. The fans are marching in. They have drums. They have smoke bombs. They have flags. They're singing. They're dancing. They're chanting. And you're creating this experience with the clock running for 90 minutes and you're done. And it becomes a much more organic, authentic soccer experience than what you would see in other traditional sports. Another reason why we're incredibly excited, because we know this community will support it. All right. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Hold on. Thank you for speaking to us today, Brett, under trying circumstances. I want to give you our Share What You Can award, where our club will provide a warm meal to a homeless vet in your name. So today I'm going to say Rotary is like Las Vegas. No nonsense, kick ass, with a do it bigger and better than anybody else attitude, but also with a warm generosity that treats strangers like family. So for the victims of last Sunday and also for the first responders who continue their service, we thank you.